Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hello, everyone. It is the 6th of March, and today's reflection is titled, You Will Be With Them Again Soon. This one was inspired by a quote from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's Hyperion, specifically from the St. Gilgen chapter. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was an American poet and educator. He lived from 1807 to 1882. He was a member of the Fireside Poets, and this was a group of American poets who were the first to sort of rival the popularity of the British poets. Isn't that something to think about? Rival poets. I'm picturing like two bands of poets coming at each other like in Anchorman or Gangs of New York. But that's not the case. Okay, anyway. Longfellow's work helped make popular folklore and history in such works as Paul Revere's Ride and the Song of Hiawatha. And this book, Hyperion, is a prose romance that follows a young American protagonist as he travels through Germany in grief. Longfellow lost his first and second wife, both tragically. One died soon after a miscarriage, and another one from catching fire, in which Longfellow was burned as well, trying to put it out. These deaths greatly impacted him, and following them, he had difficulty writing, and instead began working to translate works like Dante's Divine Comedy. So here was a man who knew grief and loss well, unfortunately. Okay, and here is the quote from Hyperion that inspired today's reflection. Yes, death brings us again to our friends. They are waiting for us, and we shall not live long. They have gone before us, and are like the angels in heaven. They stand upon the borders of the grave to welcome us, with a countenance of affection, which they wore on earth, yet more lovely, more radiant, more spiritual. Oh, he spake well who said that graves are the footprints of angels. And here's my reflection inspired by that quote. There's something about graveyards, or old graves, places where those who have lived out their lives, however long or short, come to rest, for good. In Shenandoah National Park, Virginia, there are secret graves from a time where brother fought against brother and when the soil drank American blood with an endless thirst. They are called secret now, but that's just because they are old, sinking back into the earth, covered with moss and lichen, long forgotten by those who buried the dead and those who buried the buriers. The stones are crumbling and assuming a more natural state than one carved by chisel and hammer. I stumbled upon these graves by chance when out hiking. The growth above the plots was different, even after all these years, greener, mossier, like a voice from the past saying, I was here. I'll never know the people who died and were buried there, but stumbling upon their graves, I was compelled to stop and rest with them. It was a peaceful place, welcoming, and attempting to read the long worn-away names on the gravestones, I was overcome with a sense of awe and tranquility, pondering the endless stories of what their lives might have been like and what kind of people they were. Though I'll never know. Just like I'll never know what waits on the other side of the coin of life until I get there. But standing with those graves in that small glade, feeling the embrace of nature encroaching, I couldn't help but hope, if I felt welcome here among these dead strangers, perhaps those I love who have gone before me are waiting to welcome me with a countenance of affection. And so now, every chance I get, I take the opportunity to walk among the footprints of angels. All right, and there ends today's reflection. As I started this reflection, I will reiterate that there is something about graveyards or old graves, isn't there? Maybe not for everyone, but there is something peaceful Maybe it's a reminder that we are still alive as we walk through. It's a humbling experience, being among those who have come before us. But in my opinion, it's not an unpleasant one. Every time we drive past a cemetery with my daughter, she and I both look out the window and wave and say, "Bye, cemetery." Again, just a little reminder that you're alive, sort of whistling past the graveyard gate. Okay, and here is today's reflection question. So, write your thoughts down in your journal or on your napkin, or just consider while you are looking out the window or strolling through a graveyard. Ask yourself the following. What beliefs do I hold of the dead? Are they of affection, hostility, or indifference? When was the last time I walked among the footprints of angels? Okay, that is it for today, March 6th. I'll be back tomorrow, March 7th, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.